and I do like them even more than the Britannias. Now I know that is a big statement. I have many Britannias and everybody tends to favour the Britannias. Hello future investors and welcome back to another weekly episode. In today's video I'm going to be talking to you about my favourite silver precious metals piece in my collection. Now you probably are thinking my favourite piece is the James Bond No Time to Die series bars, especially as I have more here, but that is not in fact true. My favourite silver piece in my entire precious metal stacking collection has to be these 1 ounce silver bars from the Royal Mint. Now there's multiple reasons why these bars are my favourite, and I do like them even more than the Britannias. Now I know that is a big statement. I have many Britannias and everybody tends to favour the Britannias, mainly because they're capital gains tax exempt and they also have fantastic security features while also having fantastic designs. However, this design on the Una and the Lion bar is just so amazing. It really does take the ticket for me in regards to being my favourite precious metal. And I can tell you, for example, if this bar was a capital gains tax exempt precious metal, I would have a lot more of these. The design from the Royal Mint really is outstanding. You've got to give it a 10 out of 10 for this. I mean, just look at the design. It is utterly beautiful. So if we break it down, why this design is so nice. Okay, so first of all, I love the fact that there's a big contrast between the mirrored finish on the back and then the forward images are put into like a brushed silver, which makes it really stand out and it makes the detail much more prominent. If you take a closer look, you should be able to see the detail in the bottom of the lion's chin. You can even see his hairs and his whiskers, and then you can see Una herself, all of her hair flowing in the wind with her sort of crown and the detailed embroidery on the top of her hood there. A really beautiful design. I love the fact that the background is in a mirrored finish, but they haven't just said, okay, let's just put it in a mirrored finish and leave it at that. They've put a mirrored finish on the background while also having a brush intertwined sort of detailed effect, really blending the forward and backward picture of the mirrored and brushed surfaces, so it really ties it all together. I have made a nice profit on these bars. I bought them in around 2020 and I believe I paid around £28 at the time. It possibly may have been 30, it's difficult to remember, but it was around that price point. I've just looked up how much they are selling for under sold listings, and these bars individually sell for around £42 per bar. So it's definitely a very good investment. My only regret is that I didn't buy more. But that is normally the case with most precious metals investors. We always wish we bought more. Well, personally, that's the case with me often. I probably should buy a lot more precious metals than I actually do. When we turn it over to the front here, you've got the Royal Mint logo, the crest of the Royal Mint and the weight of the precious metal and its purity 999.9 fine silver. Again, it has a mirrored finish, but instead of just leaving it blank with a mirrored finish, they've used that brushed finish with intertwined twirls to really tie the piece together. Now, one thing I would say wasn't great about this bar when it came was the Royal Mint, for some reason, don't put their 1 ounce silver bars in capsules, which is strange because when you order 1 ounce silver Britannias from the Royal Mint, the same purity, the same weight as this, except it's in Britannia form, they put those coins in capsules. Yet when you order 1 ounce silver bars, they come in this very cheap airtight sleeve. It's not even a plastic blister card form like you would get for a 1 gram gold bar. It's just a rubberized sleeve that it comes in, and it's very cheap, and for something so substantial like the Royal Mint, it does surprise me that they're not willing to put them into capsules. So I did eventually make the decision to purchase my own capsules to put these 1 ounce silver bars in. Now normally I wouldn't take my precious metals out of their original packaging. However, because the Royal Mint have seemed to sort of cheap out on their 1 ounce silver bar packaging, it didn't have any identification on the packaging to authenticate the bar. So I didn't really have much of an issue cutting that out of a basically transparent rubberized film and putting it into this solid capsule, which I ordered from online. Now, I believe it was a smart move for a few reasons. It looks a lot better. You can see here it's transparent. You can see the precious metal a lot more. It's just a lot clearer. And of course, it protects the bar so much more than a thin, sealed, rubberized package. You know, you could drop it and it's solid. You can drop it on other precious metals and it's not going to damage it. You can rest other precious metals on the top and you know it's not going to damage it. Maybe if you've got lots of precious metals in your safe or in your storage, you would worry that it might get squashed and damage the precious metal, because as we know, silver and gold is quite malleable, it's quite soft. So it does surprise me that the Royal Mint don't bother to put their 1 ounce silver bars in these capsules. I'm sure they make enough profit that they could do that. And to be honest, if they did put their silver bars in capsules, I probably would have bought a lot more. And that's definitely one reason why I don't particularly buy 1 ounce silver bars from the Royal Mint. I'm sure other bullion dealers do put them in capsules. It's just strange that such a big, huge, reputable government-backed refinery in the UK don't seem to bother with that. But either way, it's still a beautiful bar and I love it. I wish I bought more. However, the fact that these bars are not capital gains tax exempt, as we know from the Royal Mint, gold coins are capital gains tax exempt, same as 1 ounce silver Britannias are capital gains tax exempt. But if you're buying any form of bullion bars or other types of coins which aren't from the Royal Mint in the UK, they're not capital gains tax exempt, which I do find puts a little bit of a downer on purchasing bars. There's still benefits to them, you know, it's still an investment, you're still hedging against inflation. There's nothing that will be taken away from that. However, it just winds me up that when you come to sell, you're going to be charged, you know, around 20% VAT. So I think that's why a lot of people steer away from bars and stick to Britannias and Britannia coins in regards to silver and gold. Now, if I didn't let that fact bother me so much, I definitely would be buying a lot more silver bars, because personally, and this is just my personal opinion, I'm not saying I'm right, I think the bars in regards to silver and gold have a bigger wow factor than coins do. Normally in the films and the movies, for example, they're always stealing gold bars or gold bricks or silver bars or silver bricks. They're not really breaking into a bank vault in the movies and stealing coins. So I think that is a prime example of how you could say that bars do have a little bit more of a wow factor than coins. Now, some people may not care about that. It's not really an important factor, because, you know, all we're caring about is it hedging against inflation and is it potentially a good investment for the future? That's the most important thing. But as we're delving deep into why these bars are particularly my favourite, you know, I'm trying to break it down into multiple categories to explain why I prefer these bars. So yeah, I would definitely buy more. It's just disappointing that they're not capital gains tax exempt, and the fact that the Royal Mint don't put them in nice capsules like this. But yeah, this is my favourite bar, the 1 ounce Una and the Lion bar. A very, very beautiful bar. It's increased in value in the 3 years that I've owned it, so it was a good investment. I do think that it's a popular bar in the precious metals market, because whenever I seem to show it on my content, a lot of people do say how it's a beautiful design. And there's no taking away the fact that the Royal Mint know how to make a very good design. One last thing I would mention is the bars never get milk spots. In fact, I've never had any issues on any of my silver bars with milk spotting from the Royal Mint. As we know, with the 1 ounce silver Britannia coins, there is a major milk spotting issue. You know, you can buy 10, 12 brand new 1 ounce silver Britannia coins from the Royal Mint, but 2 months later you take them out and there's milk spotting issues all over the coins. Yet you would take your bars out and there's no issues at all. You know, I've even taken this out of the original packaging, placed it into a capsule, which would make you think it could possibly milk spot. But when you see it close up like this, you can see it hasn't milk spotted at all. It's completely fine. So yeah, very strange how the Royal Mint bars don't milk spot, yet their coins do. But either way, this is still my favourite bar. Maybe I'll buy some more in the future when I've kind of completed my stacking goals with the gold and silver Britannias and I'm feeling a little bit more fruitful, and maybe I just want to buy some stuff that I actually want for enjoyment, lesser than the purposes of for stacking. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please let me know in the comments below. To watch another episode featuring 1 gram Pamp Gold Bar unboxing, click the link now.